now that this is over?
I'm happy it's over. Like her, I think it should have been done a long time ago. I'm here because I feel bad for the people who he killed, and he deserved what happened to him.
How about you?
I'm here for the little girl that died, and all the little girls have to go through all that, and I'm happy he's dead because he's somebody that needed to go.
Okay, so as far as the pro-death penalty supporters go, they have cleared out of their side of the pen. They are on their way home. Let's go back now live to King 5's Linda Byron.
Okay, Susanna, well, they may be celebrating, but right now we still have no official word that the execution has been carried out. Of course, we have not received any indication that it hasn't occurred, but of course these things sometimes are delayed, as they were with the Dodd execution last year. So again, we are just waiting for an official word to tell us that Charles Campbell in fact has been executed some 12 years after he killed 3 people in Clearview on the other side of the mountains. And as soon as we know, we'll certainly let you know.
While we await that confirmation from the state penitentiary at Walla Walla, let's go to Clearview again, to King 5's Alan Schoffer. Clearview, as you know by now, is the community where Charles Campbell committed 3 brutal crimes. Alan?
Well, about 70 or 75 people, by my count, packed into the Clearview Cafe, and just about 5 or 6 minutes ago, when 12:01 passed, the folks at the end of the bar watching the television let up quite a roar. Things have quieted down now. We here, as all across the state, are simply waiting for some word on exactly what the fate of Charles Campbell is. The sentiment here in Clearview is quite clear. A lot of people here, and you hear them. You hear them here. A lot of people wearing these T-shirts, hang 'em high, or rather hang in there, Charles. A lot fewer wearing them than wish they could. The T-shirts sold out early today. Folks have been calling and coming by here and being disappointed because there's simply no more left. That is the scene here in Clearview in the cafe. We're simply waiting, along with the rest of the state, to get word from Walla Walla. Barry, Jean, let's go back to you in the studio.
All right, Alan, thank you. It is 12:10 right now. We're told the execution was to have happened at 12:01. We assume it happened because there were no more final appeals or legal maneuvers, but we will tell you as soon as we find out live from Walla Walla exactly what has happened. This is the second time in a little over a year that Walla Walla has prepared the death chamber.
Early on January 5th, 1993, Wesley Allen Dodd was hanged for his crimes. The child killer was the first criminal executed in our state in 29 years. Unlike most criminals sent to death row, Dodd refused to fight his execution.
People need to know it's the only thing that will stop me. It's necessary. It has to be done.
Wesley Allen Dodd called for his own execution and got it. The reason? 3 brutal, deadly crimes. In September 1989, he molested and fatally stabbed 11-year-old Cole Neer in Vancouver, Washington. Then he killed Cole's 10-year-old brother, William. Dodd abducted 4-year-old Lee Isley a month later. He brought him to this house and hanged the boy. The serial killer was arrested while trying to abduct yet another child from a movie theater. Dodd first pleaded not guilty to the murders, then changed his mind. He waived all appeals and pushed for a swift execution.
What would be your intention if you're forced to live in prison?
Do everything I can to escape, and if necessary, kill prison guards on the way out, and I'll go right back to doing what I did before as soon as I hit the streets.
A judge relented. He ordered the child killer to be hanged just after midnight, January 5th, 1993. The execution drew crowds to the state penitentiary at Walla Walla. Those against the death penalty stood quietly with candles. Those for it counted down to Dodd's death.
3, 2, 1!
17 people witnessed the hanging, 12 of them members of the news media. Afterward, they relayed the criminal's last words.
There is hope. There is peace. I found both in the Lord.
Unlike Charles Campbell, who refuses to choose his method of execution, Wesley Allen Dodd asked to be hanged. We're monitoring the situation at the state prison at Walla Walla. The execution was scheduled to take effect at 12:01 this morning, Friday morning, but to this hour we have had no confirmation that it actually has been carried out.
Linda Byron is standing by. We have live camera in the witness area. And Linda, do you have any sign? Have the witnesses come out, or have you heard anything yet to indicate the execution actually happened at 12:01? Well, Gina and Barry, we still have no official word. We are waiting to hear from the superintendent here at the state penitentiary as to whether, in fact, Charles Campbell has been executed. This is the media room you see right now, and this is where we will be hearing the first-hand account from those witnesses who watched the execution. There will be 15 of them, including 10 reporters. There will also be 3 family members of Campbell's victims, and one of them is Donald Hendrickson. He has been waiting for this night for many, many years. Mr. Hendrickson is the one who found the bodies of his wife and of Renee and her daughter, and he has said that he wants Charles Campbell to see his face in his final moments so that he realizes and admits and acknowledges what he has done. Now, we will not be hearing from those family members tonight. They have scheduled a news conference tomorrow in the nearby Tri-Cities. I think it's just too emotional for them to handle it here tonight, and they have said that they need a little bit of time before they can do that. But we will soon be hearing firsthand accounts from the witnesses. And of course, there is no way for us to know exactly what's going on inside the execution chamber, although I can tell you that Charles Campbell has not been cooperative tonight. He refused to eat his final meal when the authorities went to his cell on death row to transfer him over to the execution area. He laid down on the floor. They had to use pepper spray to subdue him. And when they went into that cell and searched it, they found contraband, and I'm told that may have included some homemade knives. So it's certainly possible that Campbell has been fighting this all the way. That has been his way all these years. He has fought in the courts, and now it appears that he has fought in the prison too to try and stay alive. Let's check in now with Dan Lothian. He has been covering those who are trying to stop the death penalty in this state and who will not be happy if and when they hear that Campbell has been executed. Dan?
Well, that's right, Linda. While those who were for this execution have left, those who are against it still remain here. They have been holding hands. They've been with candles, singing hymns, praying throughout the evening. We have a pastor of a local church here who was in the group all evening long. As 12:01 hit, what crossed your mind?
Very little, really, outside of just praying for all of the people that are here and praying for the people inside. I think just recognizing that death is very serious, and violence, in whatever form it takes, whether it's criminal violence or state violence, is tragedy, and you just experience that tragedy and feel it, and what more can you do? There's very few words or thoughts.
Why was it so important for you to come out here tonight and sort of take this stand?
I think it's important for me because as a Catholic priest and as a Christian, as a follower of Jesus, this sort of activity is something which is counter to my values and to what I feel my Lord teaches me about life and about respect for life. And I think every once in a while you just have to say this is wrong, and this causes damage to our society and to our people and to people's hearts. And I think part of that is evident in some of the reactions of people who gather here, cheering death, cheering execution.
Did that upset you when you heard that?
No, it doesn't upset me. It just saddens you. It saddens a person because that's a part of the human heart that I think also is a tragedy.
One final question. Are you hoping that there will be change because of these type of protests?